Hello, hello, it's Monica from Crafting with Quilling Lady, and I hope you have absolutely wonderful day. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create a stunning diamond card with no cutting dice. If you've never ever tried this one before, I really hope you'll give it a go, as it is super simple to create. For my project, I'm going to use 6 inches by 12 inches white card, and using my scoring board, let's create some scoring lines. The first one is at 3 inches, then 4.5 inches, then I'm going to score it at 7.5 inches, turn my card 180 degrees, and I'm going to score it at 3 inches again. Super simple, right? And this is everything you need to create your card base for that fancy fold card. Now I'm going to use my ruler and I'm going to find middle point. So half of 3 inches is 1.5 inch. So I'm going to make a pencil mark there, and I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. So 1.5 inch. Then along this side we need to find that 3 inches mark. But if your paper is slightly smaller, of course you can adjust your measurements. Now I'm going to find that 1.5 inch on this side and the last side here. And also I'm going to find that middle point on the side. So it is 3 inches. And when this is ready, we have to cut those diagonal lines. And I'm going to show you with my finger how to do it. So we have to join all those marks we created on both of the sides. And this one will give us that diamond shape. And here I use my guillotine from Crafter's Companion, and that's how it looks like. You can use your scissors if you want, or trimmer as well. Now it is time to use our rubber just to erase all those pencil marks so everything looks professionally finished. Now it is time to fold and burnish all those score lines. So here I've got my bone folder from Crafter's Companion, and it's always a good idea to fold and burnish both sides and both ways, because with any fancy fold we really want it to look professionally finished, right? And what is your best trick when you create fancy fold cards? Do you fold both ways or you don't? Please let me know in the comments down below. Now it is time to decorate the card, and I decided to use beautiful papers from Polkadoodles, and these ones come from Spring into Easter Set 3 collection. All the names of the products I use in today's video you can check in the description down below. So here I've got some layers to decorate my card base. And these are super simple to create, but to add a little bit more color, I'm going to use Distress Oxide ink in Wilted violet color. So this panel is measuring 2 3/4 by 5 3/4. The side panels are 1.5 by 5 3/4, and then as you can see, with the diamond shape, I just used the same size and I just trimmed the end. Super simple to create. And as you can see, this card comes together very quickly. Whenever you create any fancy fold cards, I think the biggest trick is how to decorate them. So for my project today, I decided to go with, let's say, slightly pale or pastel colors. So I've got that very light blue. And it will be time to adhere all those elements on my card base. As you can see, I'm using my one and only liquid glue, magic glue, to assemble all those elements together, because I do have that time to maneuver them if I make a mistake. What is your favorite fancy fold card you've created? I would really like to know. And how often do you actually create fancy fold cards? I really like them, and I think the possibilities are endless when it comes to card making, and I absolutely adore fancy fold cards. I think they are the best. Now it is time to decorate our front panel, and I'm going to use that Digistamp from Polkadoodles, and as you can see, it will fit beautifully. So this one is called Marigold and comes from the Darling Buds collection, one of my totally favorite ones from Polkadoodles. I'm going to use TriColour brush markers from Noir to color her in. And I really like this one because you've got 3 different colors in one pen. So if you want to do any beautiful coloring, I do encourage you to either use tri-blend markers or, like in this case, tri-color brush markers from Noir. They are so easy to use and you always have that beautiful blend. Have you ever used those pens in your card making? Or what is your favorite way to color in your images? Please let me know in the comments down below. If you've seen my other videos using any of the Polkadoodles designs, you know how much I love this Darling Buds collection. To be honest, I think it is one of the best on the websites, and if you haven't signed to the newsletter for Polkadoodles, I do encourage you to do so, because few times a week you get amazing emails with stunning discounts for the shop. So don't wait and sign to the newsletter. And all the names of the products I use in today's video you can check in the description down below, especially those beautiful digi stamps, but also the design papers as well. And if you do like Polkadoodles, I also wonder what is your favorite design that you like to work with. I really like those Darling Buds collection, and I think those images are simply stunning. Now I'm going to use my Tri markers, and as you can see, I keep them in the box. If you want to know how to create it, the link is at the top right corner. So I'm going to use that beautiful pen, and I really wanted a little bit of, let's say, balance but also contrast at the same time. So that's why I've got that purple shade here. And I think that really adds so much to the whole coloring images here. So if you agree with me, please let me know in the comments down below. Those pens just work so well together. But to be honest, whenever you have any alcohol markers, you can mix and match any of the brands. So here I've got some Illustrator markers from Noir as well. And I'm going to fill in all the gaps I left, especially with the leaves, the color skin and the hair. Whenever you create any image with hair, I do encourage you to use at least 2 different color pens, because this way it will be more organic and realistic. So don't wait and try this technique as well. I think it is super cool. And those Illustrator markers have very cool nib, and they are so easy to actually color in hair. Do you have them in your stash? If you do, I really hope you'll use them for your next project. And when these elements will be ready, I'm going to color her skin. But I don't have any cutting dies that will match that digi stamp. So what I'm going to do later on, I'm going to use my craft knife to get rid of all the spaces in between the hair and the dress, but also I'm going to use my scissors to fussy cut her. And I think it is super simple. And actually color her in put so much smile on my face. I love coloring and painting, and actually working with any digi stamps. It is so amazing because you can resize them, and that way they will fit your project. So what I always do, I go to Google Slides, I make that A4 size design, and then I fit as many images as I can. So here she's cut out and ready to be adhered on a card. But at this point I thought, let's decorate the sides as well. So these are digistamps from Polkadoodles, and they come from Lavender Tea collection. So first I decided to use the same purple pen I used for her. So I'm going to use that lighter, medium and darker shade of purple, and I'm going to color in all those flowers. And these were so easy to color in, especially when you have any tri-blend markers. The job is so much easy and the blend is stunning. And when these are ready, I'm also going to color in the flowers at the top row. And later on, I'm going to use my scissors to fussy cut them. Super simple. And here you can decide what color combo do you like for your project. As I told you at the beginning, I decided to go with those pale pastel colors for this project. So I don't really have that much contrast on my card, but I still like it. Do you like that color palette? Please let me know in the comments down below. So when these elements will be ready, as I told you, I'm going to fussy cut them and they will be ready to put on a card. And this time you just have to decide where do you want your flowers. And for these ones, I decided to put on the sides, just to have a little bit of balance on my card. So here, all the flowers are cut out and it is time to put them on a card. I'm starting with the left hand side, and I'm going to attach them with my liquid glue. You can use any liquid glue of your choice because you do have time to maneuver all the elements if you need them. Now it is time to put her on the front panel, and I really like that I use the craft knife to actually cut the spaces in between her hair and dress so we can actually see the background panel. Now it is time to decorate the side panel with those flowers, and the cut will be nearly complete. The only thing that is missing, we have to add a sentiment, and this sentiment will actually come from the same Darling Bud collection. I couldn't resist, and I think this one is just so amazing because you can use it for so many different occasions. And I'm using the same alcohol marker I used to color her in, and this way all the elements will match on my card. And that's what I really like about card making. There are so many possibilities, not only with fancy folds but also with color palette you can use. So when the sentiment is set, now it is time to add my favorite bit, which is gems. So here it is. I couldn't resist, and all the gems are on a card. So please let me know, what do you think about this card? Would you like to give it a go? As you saw, it is super simple to create, and if you create that diamond standing card, I would absolutely love to see it. There is plenty of space to write your message on the back, and it goes flat in the envelope, and this one will go into 6 by 6 inches. Thank you so much for watching and spending that time with me. Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And don't forget that every Monday and Thursday I've got videos on my channel. Have a wonderful day and see you in my next video. Bye for now. Happy crafting!